If you've ever tried to lose fat and felt frustrated because nothing seems to work, you're not alone. Millions of people around the world struggle with fat loss, trying diet after diet, following fitness fads, or cutting out their favorite foods, only to regain the weight later. But here's the truth. Losing fat isn't about extreme diets or starving yourself. It's about understanding your body, your metabolism, and using tools that are proven by science, not trends. Today, I'm going to guide you step by step on how to lose fat effectively, safely, and sustainably using science-based principles that actually work in real life. So grab a drink, sit back, and let's dive deep into how fat loss really works. First, let's clear up one of the biggest myths out there. The idea that you can spot reduce fat. You've probably seen ads promising to burn belly fat or tone thighs with a specific exercise. But science tells us that when you lose fat, your body doesn't choose where it comes from. Fat loss happens throughout the body, depending on genetics, hormones, and lifestyle factors. So the key isn't doing hundreds of crunches for abs. It's creating an overall fat loss plan that targets your entire body. The goal isn't just to look slimmer, but to feel stronger, have more energy, and improve your overall health. Now, what exactly is fat? It's important to understand what we're trying to lose before we try to lose it. Fat, also called adipose tissue, is your body's way of storing energy for future use. It's like a backup fuel source. When you eat more calories than you burn, your body stores that extra energy as fat. When you eat fewer calories than you burn, your body starts breaking down those fat stores for energy. This simple idea, called a calorie deficit, is the foundation of fat loss. But while the concept is simple, applying it in real life can be tricky because our habits, hunger hormones, and environment often work against us. So the first science-based tool for fat loss is understanding energy balance. Think of your body like a bank account. Calories are the money. If you deposit more money than you spend, your balance increases. In this case, body fat. If you spend more than you deposit, the balance decreases. Your body burns stored fat for energy. But unlike a bank account, your body is constantly adjusting things behind the scenes. When you eat less, your metabolism can slow down slightly to conserve energy. That's why extreme calorie cuts rarely work long-term. The key is finding a moderate calorie deficit, enough to lose fat, but not so much that your body goes into panic mode. How do you know how many calories you need? There are online calculators that estimate your total daily energy expenditure, or TDE. This number includes your basic metabolism, the calories your body uses for movement, and even the energy used for digesting food. Once you know your TDE, you can create a calorie deficit of about 500 calories per day to lose roughly half a kilogram, or about a pound, per week. That's a realistic, sustainable pace according to research. It might not sound dramatic, but it's the kind of fat loss that lasts. Now, let's talk about what you eat, because not all calories are created equal when it comes to fat loss. Yes, a calorie is a calorie in terms of energy, but the type of food you eat affects how full you feel, how your hormones respond, and how easy it is to stick to your plan. The second science-based tool for fat loss is macronutrient balance: protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Protein is your best friend during fat loss. It helps preserve muscle, increases satiety, and even burns more calories during digestion than other nutrients. Aim for a protein-rich source at every meal: eggs, chicken, fish, beans, lentils, tofu, Greek yogurt. If you're vegetarian or vegan, there are plenty of plant-based proteins that work just as well. Carbohydrates often get a bad reputation, but the truth is your body needs them for energy. The key is choosing the right kind: whole grains, fruits, and vegetables rather than refined sugars or white bread. These foods provide fiber, which slows digestion, stabilizes blood sugar, and keeps you full longer. Fat is also essential. It supports hormone production and brain health. Just focus on healthy fats from sources like olive oil, nuts, avocados, and fish rather than fried or processed foods. The goal isn't to eliminate any food group, it's to create balance. One effective method is the plate method. Half your plate with vegetables, 1/4 with lean protein, and 1/4 with whole grains or starchy carbs. Add a small portion of healthy fat like avocado or olive oil. This simple structure makes it easier to eat balanced meals without counting every calorie. Now, beyond food, another crucial factor in fat loss is movement, but not just hitting the gym for hours. Movement comes in different forms, and understanding how they affect your body can make a big difference. Science divides energy expenditure into 3 main categories: exercise activity, non-exercise activity like walking, cleaning, or fidgeting, and your resting metabolism. The non-exercise part, called NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, can actually burn a surprising number of calories each day. Simply taking the stairs, walking instead of driving short distances, standing more often, or even doing household chores can significantly increase your calorie burn. Of course, regular exercise helps accelerate fat loss, but you don't have to do anything extreme. A combination of cardio and strength training is ideal. Cardio burns calories in the moment, walking, cycling, running, dancing, while strength training builds muscle, which increases your metabolism over time. Think of muscle as your body's fat-burning engine. The more muscle you have, the more calories you burn even while resting. That's why lifting weights or doing body weight exercises like squats, push-ups, and planks should be part of any fat loss plan. Let's pause for a second to talk about something people often overlook: sleep. You might not think sleep affects fat loss, but science says otherwise. When you don't sleep enough, your hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin, get out of balance. Ghrelin increases appetite, and leptin tells you when you're full. Lack of sleep means more cravings, especially for sugary and high-fat foods. Plus, when you're tired, you're less likely to move, exercise, or make healthy choices. Most adults need around 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Creating a regular sleep routine, keeping your room dark and cool, and avoiding screens before bed can make a big difference in your fat loss journey. Now, let's talk about another invisible factor: stress. Chronic stress can interfere with fat loss because it raises cortisol levels. Cortisol is a hormone that, in small doses, helps your body respond to challenges. But when it stays high for too long, it can increase appetite and encourage your body to store fat, especially around the belly area. Managing stress through mindfulness, deep breathing, hobbies, social connections, or even a short walk outside can help keep cortisol in check. Remember, fat loss isn't just physical. It's emotional and mental too. One of the most powerful yet underrated science-based tools for fat loss is consistency. Your body doesn't change overnight. Fat loss is a gradual process, and your weight can fluctuate daily due to water, sodium, or hormone changes. That's normal. What matters is the long-term trend. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. It means staying on track most of the time, even if you slip up occasionally. One meal won't make you gain fat, and one workout won't make you lose it. The small, consistent actions you take daily are what transform your body over weeks and months. Let's make this real with an example. Imagine Sarah, who works a desk job and wants to lose 10 kilograms of fat. Instead of jumping into a strict diet, she starts by understanding her calorie needs and cuts about 400 calories a day. She replaces sugary snacks with fruits and nuts, adds a 30-minute brisk walk every evening, and starts doing strength training 3 times a week. She focuses on sleeping 8 hours a night and practicing gratitude journaling to manage stress. After 4 weeks, she notices her clothes fit better, her energy improves, and even though the scale moves slowly, she feels more confident. That's what sustainable fat loss looks like. Small, realistic changes that compound over time. Another science-backed principle is progressive overload, not just in the gym but in life. As your body adapts to your routine, you'll need to challenge it slightly more to keep progressing. For exercise, that might mean lifting heavier weights, doing more repetitions, or adding a few extra minutes to your walk. For nutrition, it could mean gradually improving food quality or reducing portion sizes slightly. These small upgrades prevent plateaus and keep your metabolism active. Let's talk about hydration too. Many people underestimate how important water is for fat loss. Your body needs water for every metabolic process, including breaking down fat. Sometimes, when you think you're hungry, you're actually just thirsty. Drinking water before meals can reduce appetite and help control calorie intake. Aim for about 2 to 3 liters per day, depending on your activity level and environment. Herbal teas and water-rich foods like cucumbers, oranges, and watermelon also count. Another interesting science-based tip involves meal timing. Some people find success with intermittent fasting. Eating within a specific time window, like 16 hours fasting and 8 hours eating. Research shows it can help reduce calorie intake naturally and improve insulin sensitivity. But it's not magic. What matters most is your total calorie balance. If fasting fits your lifestyle and helps you control hunger, it can be a helpful tool, but if it feels restrictive or causes overeating later, it might not be right for you. The best eating schedule is the one you can stick to long term. Food environment also matters more than you think. Science shows that our surroundings strongly influence how much we eat. Keeping healthy snacks visible, like fruit on the counter, and storing unhealthy foods out of sight can make a big difference. Using smaller plates, eating slowly, and avoiding distractions while eating help you tune into hunger cues. When you eat mindfully, you're more likely to stop when you're satisfied rather than stuffed. Many people ask about fat, burning supplements, or magic products. The truth is, there's no pill that melts fat away. Some supplements like caffeine or green tea extract can give a tiny metabolic boost, but the effect is small compared to proper diet and exercise. What really works is a consistent calorie deficit, good nutrition, regular movement, and patience. If you ever decide to use supplements, always consult a qualified health professional and make sure they're safe and evidence-based. Social support is another underrated factor. Studies show that people who have accountability, like a workout buddy, a coach, or even an online community, are more likely to stick to their fat loss goals. Sharing progress, celebrating wins, and having people who understand your journey can make a huge emotional difference. You don't have to do it alone. Lastly, it's important to focus on fat loss, not just weight loss. The scale doesn't tell the whole story. When you start exercising, you might gain some muscle while losing fat, which can make the number on the scale move slowly. But muscle is denser than fat, meaning your body can look leaner and more toned even if your weight doesn't change much. Measuring progress through body measurements, how your clothes fit, energy levels, and how you feel is far more meaningful. In the end, fat loss isn't about perfection, punishment, or quick fixes. It's about progress, patience, and balance. When you nourish your body with real food, move it with purpose, rest it with care, and stay consistent, results always follow. Remember, science shows that small daily habits, done consistently, create powerful long-term change. Don't chase fast results. Build a lifestyle that makes you feel strong, healthy, and confident for life.